Good morning, everyone. As we open our eyes to another day, we have been gifted with the most precious resource on earth, this moment, this breath, this life. And I want to remind you of something powerful, gratitude. You see, gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's an energy. It's a vibration that sets the tone for everything to come. The first thoughts you have, the first words you speak, and the energy you carry as you step into your day all create your reality. That's why in this very moment, we have the opportunity to align ourselves with something greater than ourselves, God's presence, His love, His guidance. When we wake up in the morning, we have a choice. We can choose to be burdened by yesterday's worries, or we can choose to wake up in gratitude. Gratitude is a choice that aligns our hearts with divine frequency, a frequency that elevates us and connects us to something much bigger than the challenges or limitations we often believe define us. As you take your first breath this morning, feel the life force within you. Feel the gift of being alive today, because that is a miracle. Let that miracle flood your heart with gratitude. Gratitude is the song of the soul. It's the highest form of prayer. And when you begin your day with gratitude, your entire being becomes a channel for blessings and divine flow. Remember this, gratitude is not just a response to what we receive. It's the source of the energy we radiate into the world. When you say thank you for the breath in your lungs, the opportunity to begin again, and the very nature of existence, you open the door for more abundance, more joy, and more love. This is a profound truth. When you express gratitude, you are sending a signal to the universe, a signal to God that you are ready to receive, ready to grow, ready to live with purpose. So let today be a prayer. Let your morning be an expression of deep appreciation. Instead of rushing into the day, take a moment, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart and simply say, thank you. Thank you for today. Thank you for my health. Thank you for the love that surrounds me. Thank you for the opportunities, the lessons, and the challenges that will guide me closer to my highest self. Feel that deep within you. Feel the power of gratitude moving through your veins. This is the morning song to God. And as you walk through your day, carry that song with you. Carry it in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. Let it be the rhythm that guides you. When we let gratitude be the first thing we give to the world each day, it transforms us. It shifts us from the ordinary to the extraordinary. And in this state of grace, we step into each moment fully awake, fully aware, and fully connected to God's divine energy. So I encourage you today, let your gratitude be your morning prayer. Let it be your anthem of faith, your invitation to miracles. Because when you open your heart with gratitude, you open yourself to all the goodness and light that this universe has to offer. And as we finish, let's say together, thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the love, the lessons, and the infinite possibilities that await us. We are ready to receive, and we are ready to shine. Amen. Let your gratitude be your song and let it echo throughout the world. Gratitude is a powerful force that shapes our perception and experience of life. It's a state of being that transcends mere acknowledgement of what we have and transforms it into an active, conscious practice. When we cultivate gratitude, we begin to focus on what is present in our lives rather than what is missing. This shift in focus can alter the way we see the world, creating a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. Gratitude allows us to appreciate the simple, everyday blessings that often go unnoticed. The warmth of the sun, the sound of birds in the morning, the touch of a loved one, or even just the ability to breathe. In doing so, we elevate our vibration, making ourselves receptive to even more abundance. Living in a state of gratitude requires mindfulness and intention. It's easy to fall into a pattern of taking things for granted or focusing on the difficulties of life. However, when we make the choice to embrace gratitude, it anchors us in the present moment. It's not just about being thankful for the big things, like achievements or milestones, but also for the small, seemingly insignificant moments that make up our daily lives. As we practice gratitude, we begin to notice that the world around us responds. Our relationships improve, our challenges become more manageable, and we begin to see opportunities where there once were obstacles. Gratitude opens our eyes to the hidden blessings that already exist, allowing us to live with a deep sense of appreciation for life just as it is. It becomes a lens through which we view the world, and it invites us to live with a heart full of wonder and possibility. Prayer is a sacred practice that connects us with a higher power, a divine presence, or the universe. It is an intimate communication, a way of reaching beyond the physical realm to align ourselves with the infinite. Prayer is not bound by words or rituals. It is a personal experience, one that can be as simple as a whisper of gratitude or as elaborate as a formal supplication. The act of praying is not just about asking for help or guidance, but also about expressing our deepest thanks, desires, and intentions. It is a way to open our hearts and minds to divine wisdom, seeking alignment with the flow of life. Through prayer, we can cultivate a sense of peace, grounding ourselves in the knowing that we are not alone in our journey. It helps us to release the burdens we carry, placing them in the hands of a greater force. Prayer allows us to surrender control and trust in the unfolding of our lives. It also serves as a reminder of our own inner strength and connection to something greater. When we pray, we affirm our faith, acknowledging that there is a purpose and a plan beyond our immediate understanding. In addition to its personal benefits, prayer can be a powerful tool for transformation. It shifts our mindset, focusing our attention on what truly matters. Whether we are praying for clarity, healing, or guidance, the act of prayer invites us to align with divine energy, opening ourselves to the possibility of miracles. Prayer allows us to release fear and embrace trust, allowing the flow of divine wisdom to guide our thoughts and actions. It brings us back to our true essence, reminding us of the infinite power that resides within us and around us. Morning is a sacred time, a new beginning, a fresh start. It holds the potential for transformation, as the way we begin our day sets the tone for everything that follows. The energy we carry in the morning influences our actions, emotions, and thoughts throughout the day. It is a time when the mind is still and the spirit is open, making it the perfect moment to center ourselves, reflect, and align with our higher purpose. How we greet the morning directly impacts how we interact with the world. In the stillness of the morning, we have the opportunity to choose how we want to show up. It is not simply about the tasks we need to complete or the responsibilities we have, but about the mindset we embrace. If we start our day with positivity, intention, and gratitude, we are more likely to experience a day filled with peace and fulfillment. Conversely, if we begin with stress, worry, or frustration, we set ourselves up for a day of tension and resistance. The morning offers a sacred space to reconnect with our inner selves and to express appreciation for the gift of a new day. It is a time for introspection, for setting intentions, and for establishing a strong foundation for what is to come. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply a moment of quiet reflection, the morning invites us to clear our minds, release any negativity, and focus on what we truly desire. As we rise, we have the power to create our reality, to choose how we perceive the day ahead. The morning is a canvas, and we are the artists, painting the experience we wish to have. When we take this time seriously, we unlock the potential for greatness and abundance in every aspect of our lives. Divine presence is the underlying force that connects all things, an invisible thread that ties the universe together. It is a force of love, wisdom, and guidance that transcends the physical realm and touches the deepest parts of our being. The divine is not something distant or removed from us. It is intimately present, accessible in every moment of our lives. Whether we perceive it in moments of stillness or in the chaos of daily life, divine presence is always there, guiding, supporting, and loving us. When we tune into this divine energy, we begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. We realize that we are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. The divine presence flows through us, around us, and within us, shaping our thoughts, our actions, and our experiences. It is a source of comfort, a reminder that we are never alone and that everything in our lives has purpose and meaning. It is in the quiet moments of prayer, in the beauty of nature, in the love we share with others, and in the deep sense of knowing that there is something greater than ourselves. Aligning with the divine presence requires awareness and openness. It means trusting that there is a higher plan at work, even when we cannot fully see it. It involves surrendering our need for control and allowing ourselves to be guided by something wiser and more expansive. In doing so, we tap into an infinite source of wisdom, peace, and love that transforms our lives. Divine presence is always available, always ready to help us find clarity, strength, and grace in every situation. It is the quiet support that sustains us and the loving energy that empowers us to live fully and authentically. Abundance is not merely the presence of material wealth or possessions. It is a state of being that encompasses every aspect of life. It's the recognition that life itself is abundant, full of opportunities, love, beauty, and limitless potential. When we begin to see abundance as a mindset, we shift from a place of lack and scarcity to one of fulfillment and gratitude. This mindset allows us to recognize the vastness of what we already have and opens us to receive even more. Abundance is not something that is given to a select few, it is available to everyone. However, to experience it fully, we must be willing to embrace it in all its forms. It is easy to get caught up in the belief that we don't have enough, whether it's time, money, or resources. But true abundance isn't confined to physical or material measurements. It's found in the relationships we build, the moments of peace we experience, the love we give and receive, and the opportunities to grow. When we operate from a place of abundance, we begin to notice the richness that surrounds us. We see the potential in every situation, the lessons in every challenge, and the opportunities in every set. Abundance flows naturally when we align ourselves with it, when we express gratitude for the blessings we have, and when we open ourselves to the possibility of receiving even more. The more we focus on the abundance already present in our lives, the more we begin to attract new blessings, whether in the form of ideas, connections, or material wealth. Abundance is a natural state of being, and when we tap into it, we create space for even greater manifestations to unfold. Energy is the foundation of everything in the universe. It is the unseen force that flows through all things, whether animate or inanimate, and dictates how we interact with the world around us. From the thoughts we think to the actions we take, every experience we have is influenced by the energy we emit and receive. Our energy is constantly in motion, vibrating at different frequencies, and it is this vibration that shapes our reality. When we are aware of our energy, we begin to understand how it affects not only ourselves, but also the people, situations, and outcomes we encounter. Energy is not limited to the physical realm. It extends to our emotions, our thoughts, and our spiritual state. Positive energy, rooted in love, peace, and gratitude, has the power to uplift and transform both ourselves and others. When we are vibrating at a high frequency, we attract more of what we desire. On the other hand, negative energy, born from fear, anger, or frustration, can limit our potential and create obstacles in our path. Our energy, therefore, is a powerful tool that can either empower us or hold us back, depending on how we choose to direct it. To tap into the full potential of our energy, we must first become conscious of it. We need to listen to how our bodies feel, observe the thoughts we think, and pay attention to the emotions we experience. By doing so, we can shift our energy from a place of negativity to one of positivity, creating a flow of abundance, peace, and joy. When we consciously elevate our energy, we not only enhance our own lives, but also contribute to the collective energy of the world, spreading light and positivity wherever we go. Connection is the thread that ties us all together, a powerful force that transcends time, space, and circumstance. It is through connection that we find our sense of belonging, purpose, and meaning in life. This connection is not just with others, but with ourselves, with nature, and with the divine. When we connect deeply to these aspects, we experience a profound sense of unity and wholeness that transcends the boundaries of our individual experiences. At its core, connection is about understanding that we are not isolated beings, but part of a larger whole. When we are connected to others, we feel supported, understood, and loved. Our relationships become more meaningful, our interactions more compassionate. True connection goes beyond surface-level exchanges and taps into a deeper place of empathy and understanding. It's the kind of connection that allows us to share not just our joys, but our struggles, knowing that we are not alone in our experiences. In addition to our relationships with others, connection to ourselves is equally important. It's easy to get caught up in the external world and the demands of daily life, but when we take the time to connect with our own thoughts, feelings, and desires, we come into alignment with our true selves. This inner connection brings clarity, peace, and the ability to make choices that are in harmony with our higher purpose. When we connect with nature, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all living things. The cycles of life, the rhythms of the earth, and the beauty around us show us that everything has its place and purpose. Finally, our connection to the divine offers us guidance, love, and strength, reminding us that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. Through connection, we tap into an infinite source of wisdom and peace that sustains us. Faith is the unwavering belief in something greater than ourselves, a deep trust that transcends the limits of what we can see or understand. It is not just about religious belief, but about trusting in the unseen forces that guide our lives, whether that is a higher power, the universe, or the inherent goodness of life itself. Faith is the foundation upon which we build our lives, the anchor that holds us steady when the storms of uncertainty arise. It is a quiet confidence that even in moments of doubt or challenge, there is a purpose unfolding, and everything is working out for our highest good. Having faith means trusting in the unknown. It requires surrender, letting go of control, and allowing ourselves to be guided by something wiser than our own limited perspective. It's about recognizing that we don't have to have all the answers or understand every step of the journey to know that we are being supported. Faith is the ability to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear, because we trust that the right doors will open at the right time. Faith is also about resilience. It helps us to stand strong in the face of adversity, knowing that the challenges we encounter are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. With faith, we can see obstacles as temporary and trust that they will pass. It allows us to stay hopeful even in the darkest of times, believing that light will always return. Faith keeps us anchored in the present moment while also allowing us to envision a brighter, more abundant future. It empowers us to take bold steps toward our dreams, knowing that we are never walking alone. Transformation is the process of profound change, a shift in the way we think, feel, and experience the world. It's an evolution that occurs when we decide to break free from old patterns, limiting beliefs, and behaviors that no longer serve us. Transformation is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. It is the result of consciously choosing to step into a higher version of ourselves, one that is aligned with our deepest desires, our highest potential, and our true purpose. At the heart of transformation is the willingness to change, to let go of what no longer fits, and to embrace the unknown. This requires courage because the unknown is often accompanied by fear and uncertainty. However, transformation is not about avoiding discomfort, it's about embracing it. It's in those moments of discomfort that we experience the most growth, as we challenge ourselves to rise above our circumstances and beliefs. Through this process, we expand, becoming more than we were before, shedding layers of limitation and discovering new strengths we never knew we had. Transformation is also about shifting our perspective. It's about seeing life not as a series of obstacles, but as opportunities for learning and expansion. When we begin to view challenges as stepping stones rather than setbacks, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Our experiences no longer define us, but instead they shape us into who we are becoming. This shift in mindset allows us to move forward with purpose and clarity, knowing that each moment is a chance to evolve and grow. As we transform, we step into our full potential, shedding the fear, doubt, and limitations that once held us back. We become empowered to live authentically and courageously, guided by a deeper sense of knowing and purpose. Blessings are the abundant gifts of life, often found in the simplest moments, and they are the reminders of the divine presence and goodness surrounding us. A blessing is not merely a gift, but a recognition of the grace and favor that flows through our lives, whether through people, circumstances, or experiences. It is the recognition that we are supported, loved, and provided for, even when we don't always see or understand how. The blessings in our lives are often much more than what meets the eye, and they can come in forms we least expect. Sometimes a blessing is the challenge that teaches us a valuable lesson, or the moment of stillness that brings clarity. When we begin to see our lives as filled with blessings, we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance. We move from focusing on what we lack to focusing on what we have. This change in perspective opens us to greater gratitude as we begin to realize that every moment contains a blessing, even if it's not immediately visible. The simple things, like a warm cup of tea, the smile of a friend, or the beauty of a sunrise, are all blessings that bring joy and meaning to our lives. Blessings are not just about receiving, but also about giving. When we share our blessings with others, we create a cycle of abundance that flows freely. Offering kindness, love, or support to those around us not only uplifts others, but also deepens our own sense of gratitude and fulfillment. As we give, we become more aware of the blessings we've received, and this awareness multiplies the blessings in our lives. When we live in a state of gratitude for the blessings, we invite more into our lives and create a life that is rich in love, joy, and peace.